Hi, it's time for another book talk. So I thought I would recommend two more Bluebonnet books to you guys. The first one is The Amazing Age of John Roy Lynch. And it was written by Chris Barton, but it was illustrated by Don Tate. So that's kind of cool. And this is actually a picture book biography of John Roy Lynch, who was a slave as a child. And then he was freed and he went on to lead a really interesting life and eventually was elected to the United States Congress and was one of the very first African American congressmen. So throughout the story, you get to see kind of what life was like after the Civil War and how the end of the Civil War didn't really mean that things got good for African Americans. There were still a lot of problems. And John Roy Lynch's life kind of illustrates what went on during that time. So look for that. Remember, that's a Bluebonnet book. It's also a picture book, but it's a biography. So kind of three in one there. And then the other book I wanted to tell you about is another Bluebonnet book and another picture book. It's called A Fine Dessert. 4 centuries, 4 families, one delicious treat. And this is illustrated by the same lady who illustrated Finding Winnie, the story of Winnie the Pooh. And this I enjoyed because it was about food. And it talks about a blackberry dessert and how 4 different families made it over 4 different time periods. So a family in 1710, a family in 1810, 1910, and then 2010. So it's really cool to kind of see how our technology in kitchens has changed and just see how people lived in different time periods and how they cooked their food. But something really cool that you need to check out in this book, you need to read the author's note and the illustrator's note. And those are at the very back of the book. And in the illustrator note, you'll learn that these pages at the front, I know the color is not really good on the video, but the pages at the front and the pages at the back, she actually used blackberry juice to paint those. So that was really cool to learn about. So, if you're looking for some good picture books, and if you're on the quest like I am to read as many Bluebonnet books as you possibly can, check out A Fine Dessert, and that is by Emily Jenkins, illustrated by Sophie Blackhall. Hope I'm saying that right. And then don't forget about The Amazing Age of John Roy Lynch by Chris Barton and illustrated by Don Tate. So those are my recommendations this week. What are you reading? Be sure to send that to me and I can post and share with everybody else. Hope you guys are having a good week and I'll talk to you soon.